Hi, good afternoon. My name is Connie. I'm a certified emotion code practitioner, and today we're on day 4 of our emotion code live demonstration. And today we have a volunteer. Her name's Alyssa. We are going to do the emotion code on the topic of overwhelm. So, Elisa, you want to say hi?
Hi. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, so Elisa, so tell me in terms of overwhelm, if you were to give it a score from 1 to 10, what do you feel like the feeling of overwhelm?
I would give it about a 7.
7, okay, thank you. And so do I have your permission to post this recording on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And so I'm gonna just start with a moment of silence where I'll be praying. So give me 1 second. Just take a deep breath. Release. And so I'm just using this time to just pray and ask God for help in our session today. And so, Elisa, do I have your permission to muscle test for you?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to do the ring test. This is yes, and no is when the muscle's weak. So I'm just going to share our emotion code chart on our screen and find out which emotions that we can release for Elisa. So first, let me ask, through muscle testing, is there a trapped emotion that can be released now for Alyssa that's contributing to the feeling of overwhelm? And I'm getting a yes. So next, we just determine what type of trapped emotion that is. So is this a common trapped emotion? So I'm getting yes. So then once we get the type of emotion, we're just going to look for which emotion on the chart. So is the common emotion in column A? Is this an odd row? So is this an A2? So is the common emotion anxiety? Okay, so we got anxiety. So then we can also choose the age of occurrence of when this original emotion got trapped. So let's check. So did the age of occurrence, was this between age 1 to 33, 34 to 44? And I'm getting a yes on that one. So 34 to 30, let's see, 34 to 39, 34, 35. So I'm getting age 35 is when this emotion first happen. And so we're just going to release that with 3 swipes. And then I usually just swipe till I feel a release. So is that release? Yes. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and check for 9 more. So is there a trapped emotion that we can release right now that's contributing to this feeling of overwhelm with the things that Elisa's learning? I'm hearing a yes. So is this a common emotion? Yes. So is this in column A? Is this an odd row? So is this in B2? So is it trapped emotion failure? Is this helplessness? Okay, so do we need to know more? So did helplessness occur between age 1 to 33, 34 to 44, 34, 35? So I'm getting the same age, 35. So I'm just going to release that. So let's ask our volunteer. So Elisa, anything popping up for you for a life event at age 35?
It could be when I started law school.
Oh,
It
okay.
could be when I started to have a relationship with somebody, and it was very anxiety. Like I never
Mm.
knew where I stood with this person. So it could be both of those things.
Oh, yeah. So we can muscle test if it's either one. So let's check. So did helplessness and anxiety, is that specific life event related to her being in law school? So I am getting a yes on law school. Yeah. And so those 2 are released. So let's look for 8 more. So is there any more trapped emotion we can release for Alyssa that's contributing to her feeling overwhelmed with the things that she's learning? And that's a yes. So is this a common emotion? Is this absorbed? So is the absorbed emotion in column A? Is this an odd row? So is this an A2? So is the absorbed emotion anxiety? Is this despair? Okay, so do we need to know more? So is the age of occurrence between 1 to 35, 36 to 46, 47 to 57. So I'm getting a yes on that age. Let's check. Is it between 47 to 50? 47, 48. So we're getting age 48. Okay. So as far as absorbed emotion, we can look for the age of occurrence and maybe muscle test the life event so we can get to see who it was absorbed from. So anything popping up for you for age 48?
Age 48, I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything offhand.
Yeah, so that would be more than 20 years ago. Yeah. So that's okay. If sometimes your subconscious will give you that specific event, sometimes it's okay with releasing it without any details. So we'll just release that. So releasing absorbed despair. So absorb just means that the emotion didn't originate from your body. It just means that there was a specific life event and someone felt despair and then you were around them and you absorbed that energy from them. Okay, so we release that. Okay, so is there any more trapped emotion that can be released now that's contributing to Elisa's feeling overwhelmed? I'm getting a yes. So is this a common emotion? So is this common emotion in column A? Is this an odd row? So is this B1? Okay, so is the common emotion effort unreceived? Is it heartache? So do we need to know more? So it's saying no. So we're just going to release the general frequency of heartache. So is that release? Yes. And so Elisa, if you have any questions on the actual emotion, feel free to just let me know.
Okay, so Connie, the despair emotion was that, like, you said it was absorbed, did I pick that up from somebody else?
Yes.
Who was having the strong emotion? Okay.
Yeah, so around more, I guess 20 years ago. So that would, let's see, what age was that? 48. So less than 20 years ago. So that would be what, 18 years ago? Would that be? So despair means complete loss or absence of hope. So someone around you that had complete loss and just feeling hopeless.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's look for 6 more. So
I think.
Yeah. Do you remember?
Yeah, a friend of mine was very, very sick.
Oh.
It could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, she passed away. She was very sick. I think that might be that.
Oh,
yeah, because she was sick, and then she kept losing weight, and she didn't know what was wrong, and then when she went to the doctor, it was kind of too late. So that could be maybe around that time.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. Absorbed emotions are those left over from others and their experience. With that, that can also contribute to your feeling overwhelmed because that frequency that she felt is something that you were still carrying. Yeah, so we release that. So is there a trapped emotion that can be released now for our guest that's contributing to her feeling overwhelmed with the things that she's learning? Yes. Is this a common emotion? Is this absorbed? Is this shared? Okay, so is the shared emotion in column A? Is this an odd row? So is this A2? So is the shared emotion, is this anxiety? Okay, so do we need to know more? So did the shared anxiety occur between age 1 to 35, 36 to 46, 47 to 57, 47 to 50, 51? So we have age 51. Okay, so with the shared emotion, we can look for the age of occurrence and then we can ask for the life event and shared with whom. So anything that sticks out to you around age 51?
Can't think of anything offhand.
Yeah. So shared emotion just means that the specific emotion in this case, it's anxiety, right? So this anxiety is shared by 2 or more individuals that is having that same experience. So something that you and a friend of yours or a family member, you both were mutually aware of that event. And so an example would be like a funeral, right? So a lot of people might be sharing grief or loss. And so it's tying both of you together. So when we release this shared emotion, we're also releasing it from the person that you're sharing it with. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so let's release that. Releasing shared anxiety.
Could be when my mother was sick. My mother passed away about 11 years ago. So before that, she had cancer. So it could have been around the same time that we found out she was sick. So the anxiety, she was anxious and I was anxious. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So that could be.
Yeah. So we can muscle test for that. So was the shared anxiety due to the life event when her mother was sick? So I'm getting a yes. So did she share anxiety with her mom? So I'm getting yes on that one. And so that's what's great about our subconscious. The first thing that normally pops up, that's normally the right answer, right? Yeah. So, is there any more trapped emotion that can be released now for our guest that's contributing to her feeling overwhelmed with the new thing she's learning? I'm getting a yes. So, is this a common emotion? Is this absorbed? Okay, so, is this absorbed emotion in column A? This is an odd row. So, is this in B1? Okay, so is the absorbed emotion effort unreceived? Is this heartache? Okay, so again, absorbed heartache. So this just means that the heartache emotion wasn't something that originated from you. It was absorbed through somebody else who was feeling the heartache, right? So let's check for the age of occurrence. So did this absorbed heartache occur between age 1 to 35, 36 to 46, 47 to 57, 47 to 50, 51? So we're getting age 51. Oh, okay. Actually, that was same age as the previous one. Yeah. So heartache just means emotional anguish or grief caused by the loss or absence of someone that you love. So
I'm thinking it could be from my other friend who died, and a mother and I can imagine a mother and I were grieving. It was close to the family. I'm thinking it could be Lucille, my friend Lucille, and she was sick, and then her mom was worried that she was going to go before, and then it ended up that my friend was she got sick. Yeah. And she died. So I'm thinking of Gilda, and that's the mom. So that could be.
Yes. Yeah. So we can check for the life event. So with the absorbed heartache is the life event with regards to her friend who was sick, getting a yes. So was the heartache absorbed from her friend's mom? So that is a yes. So you're right on that. So we're just gonna release. Absorb heartache, releasing that from you. So does that release? Yes. Yeah. So let's look for some more. So is there a trapped emotion we can release right now? For Lisa, that's contributing to feeling overwhelmed. Is this in column A? Is this an odd row? So is it A1? Okay, so let's check what type of emotion. Is this a common emotion? So is the common emotion abandonment? Is it betrayal? Okay, so do we need to know more? So did betrayal originate from age 1 to 35, 36 to 46, 47 to 57, 58? So we're getting age 58. Okay. And so any life event that comes to mind at age 58?
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, so we're just going to release that. Maybe they'll pop up later. Yeah, so we'll just release. So that frequency is released. And how are you feeling so far?
Oh, tired.
Wow.
Like I just started feeling tired, like really tired.
Yeah. So that's what you call a shift in energy. So whenever you feel a shift of energy, you know that some energy is being released, right?
Right.
And so yeah, that's great. So it's almost like your body's starting to relax, because when we're holding on to the trapped emotion, that they kind of illustrated it like a ball of energy that becomes trapped in our organs. And so when we start releasing the emotion, it's almost like your body stops holding on to that, and it just feel relaxed afterwards.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Are there any more trapped emotion we can release for our guest that is contributing to her overwhelm with learning new things and absorbing new information? So is this a common emotion? Is this absorbed? Is this shared? So is the shared emotion in column A? Is this an odd row? So is this A2? So is the shared emotion anxiety? Is this despair? Okay. So let's check to see what age you shared this emotion. So did this occur, this shared despair, between age 1 to 35, 36 to 46, 47 to 57? Okay, so I'm getting a yes on that. So 47 to 50, 51, 52, 53. So around age 53. And so we're just going to release that. So anything stands out to you around age 53? So that would have been 2 years after your mom being sick and your friend who passed away?
Yeah, 53. My mother was sick again. Yeah, she like the cancer came back maybe around that time again, and then that's when she passed away, like a little bit after that. So it could be around that time of like we just gave her. I don't know. I was kind of optimistic until at the end, and I realized they couldn't, nothing. They couldn't really do anything. But
yeah,
it could be my brother too. Probably one of my brothers, kind of when he found the diagnosis, he just gave up.
Yeah.
Like he just knew, So it could be that.
Yeah, so we can check. Is the shared despair with the life event concerning his mom getting sick again? I'm getting a yes. So did she share the despair with her brother? Did she share the despair? So is your mom still alive during that time, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I got a no on the brother, so let's check. Did she share despair with mom? So it did say yes. It was from mom.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's release. So we'll just releasing share despair. Okay, so was that release? Yes. Yeah, so let's look for 2 more. So is there a trapped emotion that can be contributing to feeling overwhelmed with learning new things? So I'm getting a yes. So is the emotion common? Is this absorbed? Is this shared? Is this inherited? Is this prenatal? So prenatal emotion means that it wasn't you, as an adult or as a child. It was just an energy that was passed on through the placenta while mom was carrying you in the womb. So there was certain emotions that mom was feeling. And then we all know through science that, trauma can be passed on in the womb, right?
Right.
So let's check to see specifically what emotion that is. So is this prenatal emotion in column A? Is this an odd row? So is this A2? So is the prenatal emotion for Lisa, is this anxiety? Okay. All right. So as far as prenatal, we can check to see which trimester that happened. So let's check. So did prenatal anxiety occur between the first trimester, second trimester, third trimester? So it says yes for third trimester. Okay. And we can check whose emotion. So was your mom, do you know when your mom was carrying you, who she was around with at that time?
My mother I think she was very anxious because I think she was afraid to have children. I don't think she really wanted to have children, although my mother was a very good mother, but I think she was just afraid because she was never really around them. My father really wanted to have children, but I think she was because I was the first, so maybe she was a little bit anxious.
Yeah.
So, the fear of the unknown and
yeah.
I mean, that's what she told me. She was feeling like, since that's your first child, you don't know what to expect.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
yeah, so we can muscle test. So did this prenatal anxiety, did that originate from mom? So he did say yes. And I guess you already knew that because your mom told you, right?
Yeah.
So let's just release that. So releasing the prenatal emotion of anxiety. just the story that I'm sharing as well is that when we release any prenatal trauma, what usually happens when it's passed on in to the baby, right? Then the baby is almost like once the baby's born, that baby's already in like fight or flight or freeze mode. Like the baby's already feeling that anxiety, carrying that anxiety from mom, right? And so sometimes when that happens, we, compared to other people, when we're carrying that energy already since we were at birth, where it's almost like your body's feeling anxious or kind of tight. If that resonates for you throughout your adult life. And I was actually born a cesarean, so I didn't realize that I was carrying trauma, until we kind of learned what we know now. And so once I released when I released that, there's just a big difference, I don't feel as nervous anymore.
Yes, right. Trauma is right. As a newborn, you suffer trauma.
Yeah.
Right, because you're in a dark, comfortable place, and all of a sudden you're out in the bright light, and somebody's taking you, removing you from, and you don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So that's my little story. Yeah. So that was released. And so let's look for the last one. So in emotion code, we normally just look for a maximum of 10 sessions. It's light, it's easy, and it's done in 30 minutes. So let's check for the last one. So is there a trapped emotion that can be released now for Elisa that's contributing to her feelings of overwhelm with regards to learning new things? So I'm hearing yes. So is it a common emotion? Is it absorbed? Is it shared? Okay, so the last one is a shared one. So is the shared emotion in column A? Is this out of row? So is this in B1, B3? So is the shared emotion confusion? Okay, that makes sense, right? There's some frequency of confusion. So do we need to know more? Did confusion originate between age 1 to 35, 36, 46, 47, 48, 58, and then 59? So around age 59. Yeah, so with shared, we can check for the age, life event, or shared with whom. So any specific life event that stands out to you at age 59, so that'll be 6 years ago?
59. Can't think of anything.
Yeah, so that would have been 2000, is that 2018? Right?
2018.
That'll be a year before COVID.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't think. Maybe I was thinking of retiring. Maybe because I know a couple of years before I retired, I was thinking about it. Could be. It's the only thing I could think of. Yeah, before COVID.
So you were because it's saying that it's shared. So anyone around you that might be kind of experiencing confusion as well. So you are working, right? Yeah. And then
maybe it's working.
So let's check if I get yes or no. So is this shared confusion with a life event at work? So I did get yes as far as something that had to do with work.
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe they were talking about moving the building or moving something or moving the offices.
Yeah,
something that would affect other people.
Yeah. So let's release that now. So releasing the frequency of shared confusion. Releasing confusion. Okay, so is that release? Yes. Okay, so try to take a deep breath here, Lisa, and then release. And then just try to just roll your shoulders, roll your neck, just kind of move your body.
Okay.
And check your shoulders. How's your shoulder feeling?
Okay.
Is there shoulder pain still there?
It's not painful. It's a little bit like stiff.
Yeah, I know we didn't kind of focus on that because there were at least 10 emotions on the first topic. But yeah, that could also be a good topic for a future emotion code session. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you were to rate how you're feeling, if you think of the topic of the things you have to learn and just feeling overwhelmed. How do you feel like your heart's feeling?
Maybe like 4.
Yeah. So feeling less overwhelmed?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much for just volunteering to be on our Emotion Code live demo. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'm going to email you your results. And
Okay, Connie.
yeah. So that ends our Emotion Code live demo. If you guys are interested in booking your first session, I'm going to drop the link down below. So thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.